So guys, this human rights lawyer has challenged the Sultan of Sokoto. This is coming after the Sultan of Sokoto said the social media is a terrorist organization. Also, the Sultan of Sokoto has played down the number of people that have been pied by the Fullani headsmen. To even worsen the case, the Sultan said the people buying people in Plateau State are unknown. He refused to call out the Fullani headsmen. Now, this human rights lawyer has taken on him. Let me read out what this lawyer said. The first post he posted, in that post, he said, Chief Omihobo to the Sultan of Sokoto, Muhammad Saad Abubakar III. You are a terrorist to democracy, and your feudal days are numbered. Why are you pretending not to know that the cause of the genocide going on in the north is all about land? How can you say that the people responsible for buying in the north, particularly in Plateau, Benue, and Borno, are unknown? And this human rights lawyer tweeted again and said, I challenge the Sultan of Sokoto, Muhammad Saad Abubakar III, to show me anywhere where he has or had condemned his fellow Fulani men for buying Nigerians or other ethnic nationalities, and I will show him a blue whale in the desert. So, if you have been following the trend, you will know that the Sultan has never come out to condemn, to even call out the Fulanis. The Fulanis have come out to take responsibility, at different instances. They've come out to say, yes, they pied people because their cows were stolen or because they were attacked or all that. But the leaders in the north, even with what is happening currently in Plateau State, have you seen any leader of the northern parts of the country that has come out to condemn the Fulani headers for what they've been doing? Have you seen any of the APC chieftains that has come out, especially those of them from the north, to condemn the actions of the Fulanis? You can't see them. They allow these people to be pied. But if this thing was to be done by any other tribe, you will see them coming out saying Nigeria must collapse. Anyway, I'm going to share with you guys a video where the Sultan was saying that the social media is a terrorist organization, and also he was downplaying the number of people that have been pied in Nigeria by these terrorist Fulanis. I'm going to show you that video, but before then, take a look at this reaction where this lawyer is condemning the actions of the northern leaders, that they don't speak up when the northerners do evil. They don't speak up despite the number of people being pied within the space of 1-2 weeks now. Everywhere has been bleeding in Plateau State. You go to Benue State, people have been pied. We don't even want to go to other parts like Ondo State, where the people had to carry their corpse to the government house. Many communities flee their community in Ondo State. This is in Yoruba land. We are not going to that. But just take a look at this reaction, and we wonder why the northern leaders are quiet. Why are they silent over what the whole world is seeing, that the Fulani headers have decided to displace Nigerians so that they can reclaim their lands? And like the Benue, the Plateau State governor said, 64 communities have been taken over by these headers, and they've renamed those communities. They are now the ones living there, while the indigenous or the original owners of those communities are in IDP camps. And guess what? Tinubu has no plan to restore these people to their communities. Now take a look at those videos. Take a look for yourself.
It is a shame on all of them. Food scarcity is ravaging the north because of these Fulani herdsmen. The thing have choked them so much that they can no longer talk. Northern leaders, it is a very big shame on all of you who are calling IPOB a terrorist organization. Meanwhile, your children are the real terrorists. Yes, they are the one. At least Shegumi told us that those bandits are their boys. They are their boys. Anybody that attack them will not get their vote and all that. Then this other one, Baraje Kawu, was the one who went all over the place. Say, yes, we invited terrorists. We invited this Fulani jihadi to come. That jihad has started in Nigeria. So, when you saw and heard all these things, the same northern leaders have no shame to be calling others terrorists. Meanwhile, they are the real terrorists themselves. They are the real terrorists because they are the ones that brought this problem of Nigeria. Northern leaders are the problem of Nigeria. Let them accept it. I have mentioned names here, and the thing that they are not even apologetical about it. So how can we be living with terrorists? If they don't want to live in peace with Nigeria, then they should move out. Look at since how many years now. This will not let us rest. Unfortunately, nobody is talking to them. Everybody just feel like, I don't mention their name as if they are God. How long are we going to live with these people in this type of condition? Look at how many lives that have been wasted all over Nigeria. Advocacy. People should rise up and ask the North to question. Because we should be calling out names now. We should call a spade a spade. Because if this type of nonsense we are to be coming from another region, I wonder what the North will be saying.
Plateau State cries again. How do you tell a child that home is no longer safe? That the place where they first set mama is now bathed in ash and echoes? Plateau bleeds again. Names now soaked in red. Families buried under silence. You see, we do not mourn in peace here. We mourn while running, while hiding, while asking questions when it will end. You see, we light candles with trembling hands only for the wind of bullets to blow them out. I ask, where are the promises? Where are the leaders who came with hands raised but now sit with heads stone? This is not just about Plateau. This is Nigeria's opponent, and the blood is on all of us for staying quiet, for watching the fire and calling it smoke. To the killers, you do not fight for land or pride. You murder. You burn dreams. You erase childhood with matches and machetes, and you call it purpose? No, this is evil, and evil has no tribe. We need more than prayers. We need more than speeches. We need justice that speaks louder than the gunshots, and peace that is not buried with the victims. So let the mountains hear us. Let the governments be shaken. Let the world turn its eyes to Plateau State and do not look away, please, because the people of Plateau have cried long.
Alright, so the video playing above me is the mass burial of 51 persons that were by in a community called Zike in Plateau State on Palm Sunday, being 13th of April 2025. Palm Sunday, on a Sunday morning, they were attacked by herdsmen. Now, those herdsmen invaded this community. They buy father, mother, and children. There are different videos and pictures of children that I have lying on the ground, but I cannot post that because of community guideline. Before this particular attack, there was also an attack in Bokos community in Jos. Before this one, there was also an attack in Bokos community in Jos. Now, you see Plateau State as a whole. I don't think there's any state in Nigeria that have suffered tremendously loss of life. I don't think there's any state in this country. And as small as that state, nothing seemed to be done. Last year, I went to that same Jos. I went to Bokos community, where they even burned some people. They unalived them with fire. They scattered their properties. I even took pictures with the children. Nothing happened. The government didn't do nothing. Do you understand? Now again, this month of April alone, attack in Jos. I don't think there's any state in Nigeria. I don't think there's any state in Nigeria that have suffered what those people in Jos have suffered. And that they send army go Port Harcourt for state of emergency. It's painful. Now, I want to call the attention of my brothers in the North. You see the way we call for justice about the Uromi matter, which is good. I mean, we all condemn that. This one, nobody talk. This attack happened on a Sunday. On a Sunday, Palm Sunday. None of na talk from the North. Nobody is saying this thing, this killing that happened in Jos. Why? Condemn it at least. Let's have one voice to stand against this spying that is happening, especially in that Jos and of course Benue State. None of Nagri talk. Do you understand? And you people don't understand that if we don't join voice together to condemn all these acts, it will keep on growing. Say now until they buy Muslim, now una go talk. I don't know. I'm not trying to push blame on you guys, but what I'm trying to say is we need to be in unity to condemn all these acts. On Sunday, Palm Sunday for that matter, 51 persons. 51 persons. I don't know, and President said not even in Nigeria. Jos, that Jos, I don't know. Like I said, no state in this country don't suffer within those people don't suffer. I did look the picture of the children like this for my phone. As I look at them and say, God, what will be this? I see the other one for Bokos first hand. Don't be so they tell me I go there. I went there, I saw it first stand like this. I see people for ground. I see people where they burn fire. I see the ones where they, bro. And the painful part is that it's not as if the government cannot do anything, but I don't know what the problem is.
What happened has happened, and it's there written. You can't come and be through social media, but that's one terrorist organization, social media. Social media is a terrorist organization. What they do, put somebody in his comfort room and formulate stories, and you will swear that it's true. So, social media is a terrorist organization that we must deal with. Security agencies must deal with this terrorist organization called social media. So we're not happy with what's been happening either on the Plateau or other places. So with the agreement of Shehu, with the benevolence of the governor, whom I always found to be so fascinating in how he carries about his responsibilities as the governor of this great state, despite the challenges. The Almighty Allah does not make mistakes when He gives leadership to His servants. For He gives leadership to whom He wants, at the time He wants, for as long as He wants, and He takes it away from anybody whenever He wants. So there must be a reason why the Almighty Allah brought this gentleman at this time in the history of this state and in the history of our country. So I used to ask him in a joking manner, where do you get your strength? And before he could answer, I would tell him it's from Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But whoever Allah gives power, He helps him to walk in the best way possible for the Ummah to give leadership to. So as long as you take all your worries, all your cries, all your problems to Almighty Allah, you will never ever go wrong. You will succeed. And that's why I believe Borno is succeeding despite challenges, despite comments which recently brought up some tensions, which you have had comments. And alhamdulillah, since we have brought this meeting here, I think it's best for us to discuss all these issues at the closed door. The insecurity in the country, North in particular, because Borno is here. We are here in Borno, rather, and since we are here, we discuss the happenings in Borno. Because we have heard comments of Boko Haram returning, and I say, A'udhu Billah, Boko Haram will never return here, inshallah, because Almighty Allah will give us the strength and the wherewithal to deal with any insecurity situation we find ourselves. So I'd like to thank the governor for taking up this challenge of hosting us for the first time in the last 16 years since Shehu became the Shehu. And our coming here is not just, it's by coincidence, yes, but to prove a point that we are all brothers to one another. And as brothers, whatever happens to you, a brother also happens to you. And whatever we can do, we must do to help your brother. At least we fixed this meeting to hold in Maiduguri for so many reasons. But one best reason is for us to strengthen our unity, our brotherhood as brothers in this great country, in this great state, in this greater states of the North. And I believe we are doing just that. So our coming together is to debunk any insinuation of the insecurity returning to Borno. Yes, there is insecurity in Borno, in some parts of Borno, it's okay. There's insecurity everywhere in the world, not only in Nigeria. But some of us that go around the world, we know more people are killed in some developed countries every day than the total amount of people killed in Nigeria in a month or in 2 months. So insecurity is everywhere. And the fact that there is insecurity, there are clashes here, there is killings here and there, should wake us up for us to take action on what do we do to stem the tide of this endless and merciless and madness that's going about killing innocent people. And I think it's important for us to work harder and talk to ourselves. And in the closing session, we will do that. They will come up with what we believe we should advise our political leaders. They are the helm of affairs, and we believe in changes, and Almighty Allah has brought changes, brought the political leaders to govern the spaces that we have been there before, and we have no qualms about it. We are not worried about it, but we must work with them, and we are working with them. And so many of them, like the governor of Borno, has been one who has been working closely with traditional institutions, and I think it's been successful at some extent. So our coming together as traditional leaders in the north, senior traditional leaders, and I believe we have over 86 first-class traditional leaders in the north. We're speaking with one voice to say enough is enough of these senseless killings of innocent people across the north, across the country. We have never, and we will never support it. We have never felt happy about it. We have always been sad whenever we hear such things. And we have released so many statements of condemnation. How many more times do we need to condemn all these things before our political leaders use our security agencies to bring to an end, or at least to reduce to the barest minimum the insecurity in our country? We will not get tired of holding our leaders.
So guys, you have seen all the videos. I don't know what your thoughts are, as regards to what is happening in the north. What are we seeing in the north? The northern leaders are not speaking up. The APC leadership is not speaking up. Somebody was asking a question: why is it that anybody that comes to power must protect the Fulanis? What is the covenant? Have you noticed that there is no government in Nigeria that will not be in support of the Fulanis? Is it juju that they use on our politicians? Is it an agreement? What is it that the Fulanis are giving them that they cannot protect the lives of Nigerians, from being ended by these terrorist Fulanis? Can you imagine that 64 communities have been taken away by Fulanis? Possibly they are not Nigerians, and nobody is doing anything. But if you are from the southeast and you say you are supporting Biafra, or you are supporting IPOB, you'll be seen as a terrorist. You will be arrested. Nobody will come for you because you are seen as an abominable person. And if you are supporting Nnamdi Kanu, they see you as a terrorist. But these people who go about buying people, they are hardly arrested, they are hardly detained, they are hardly prosecuted, they are being given coverage. Nobody in Nigeria is allowed to carry arms, but the Fulanis go about with arms. Nobody questions them. The IGP has nothing to say. The Chief of Defense Staff has nothing to say. The Chief of Army Staff has nothing to say. The President himself has nothing to say. Everybody is giving Fulani special treatment. The question remains, what is the rationale behind this agreement, or behind this thing that we are seeing? What is the agreement? What did they agree on that they prefer to buy Nigerians than to protect Nigerians? What is happening in Plateau State is not going to end anytime, because the Fulanis are giving conditions for this spying to stop. They said until their condition is met, and people are wondering, how come we have people like this that will come out to make these kind of statements and they are not arrested? So guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. You have seen all what the Sultan is saying. So the Sultan's position is that he doesn't know who these killers are. He cannot call out the Fulanis. This is a very big hypocrisy on the part of the northern leaders. Have you seen any northern leader come out to issue any statement, despite all the number of people that have been killed in Benue, Plateau, and the rest of it? No northern leader can speak. Northern leaders, none of them can speak. They are all gone silent because it has to do with the Fulanis. But if it was to be a southerner, maybe a Yoruba man or an Igbo man, or even an Edo man like we saw, before you know it, they've arrested 14 people. They've taken them to Abuja. Who knows their fate again? Who knows what will become of them? Before you know it, the governor of the state surrendered 14 indigenes of Edo State to the police for investigation, for the northerners who were kpai. Nobody is in support of jungle justice. But why is it that things are not done uniformly? Why is it that things are not done uniformly? When the Fulanis are arrested, before you know it, they've been released. None of them undergoes prosecution. None of them is in serving jail term because of all these criminalities. How many people have died under Buhari to Tinubu now? And these leaders are quiet. The APC leadership is silent because it's a northern party. The anti-open grazing law that some PDP leaders passed, the bill that they passed into law, the APC leadership, governors at any level, they all refuse to follow that footstep. And that is why what is happening in Nigeria is happening. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell. Please give this video a like so that YouTube can recommend it to others. And drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you.